Eleanor of Aquitaine, a queen of unmatched power and charm, ruled the Middle Ages with her wit, beauty, and unshakable influence. As the mother of iconic monarchs Richard the Lionheart and King John, her story is legendary. Yet one question remains: what did she truly look like? In this video, we'll uncover the life and legacy of this remarkable queen, diving into historical clues, medieval art, and modern reconstructions to bring her image to life. Let's journey into the past to explore the mystery of Eleanor's true visage. The early life of Eleanor of Aquitaine, a future queen with ambition. Born as Eleanor of Châtellerault in the Duchy of Aquitaine, she was the daughter of William X, Duke of Aquitaine, and Eleanor de Châtellerault. Aquitaine was one of the most prosperous and influential regions of medieval France, with a rich culture of courtly love and chivalry. From a young age, Eleanor was exposed to the grandeur of court life, and it was here that she developed her reputation as a remarkable and independent woman. At the age of 15, upon the death of her father, Eleanor became the Duchess of Aquitaine, inheriting one of the largest and wealthiest territories in Europe. This inheritance made her a highly sought-after prize in European politics. Her first marriage, to King Louis VII of France, was arranged as a strategic alliance. However, their marriage was fraught with political tensions, and after 15 years, Eleanor and Louis separated in 1152, an unusual and bold move for a queen at the time. Eleanor's second marriage, a bold move to the English throne. Shortly after her annulment from Louis VII, Eleanor married Henry Plantagenet, who would become Henry II of England. This second marriage was not just a romantic union, it was a political masterstroke. Through her marriage to Henry, Eleanor gained the title of Queen of England and also found herself in control of vast territories in both England and France. Together, Eleanor and Henry had 8 children, including Richard the Lionheart, who would later become one of the most famous kings in history, and King John, who would be remembered for signing the Magna Carta. Despite her role as a mother, wife, and political figure, Eleanor never relinquished her own sense of power and autonomy. She actively participated in the governance of her lands and even took part in political intrigue, including a rebellion against her own husband. The mystery of Eleanor's appearance. What did she look like? As fascinating as Eleanor's life was, one of the most enduring questions about her is what she actually looked like. Unfortunately, no contemporary portraits or detailed descriptions of her appearance exist. Eleanor lived in a time long before the invention of realistic portraiture, and even the medieval artists who painted her in later centuries had little to go on except for descriptions and romanticized notions of her character. The closest we have to an accurate representation of Eleanor's appearance is her tomb effigy at Fontevraud Abbey in France, where she was buried alongside her husband, Henry II. The effigy shows a tall, slender woman with somewhat sharp features, but it is important to note that these tomb effigies were often idealized depictions, not true likenesses. It is possible that Eleanor herself had a hand in designing her tomb effigy, as it is believed that she wanted to be portrayed as dignified and regal, fitting her status as a powerful queen. However, as these depictions were more symbolic than realistic, it is impossible to know for sure how accurately they reflect her physical appearance. Medieval depictions and descriptions of Eleanor's beauty. Although no definitive portrait exists, Eleanor's beauty was widely praised during her lifetime. She was described as the epitome of grace, charm, and allure, both at the time and in the centuries following her death. Many medieval chroniclers and poets, enamored by her beauty, recorded their admiration for her. One of the most famous descriptions of Eleanor comes from a German poet who, upon catching a brief glimpse of the queen, wrote, "Were all the world mine, from the sea to the Rhine, I'd give it all, if so be the Queen of England lay in my arms." This romantic verse highlights not only Eleanor's beauty, but also her magnetic presence. She was known for her intelligence, charm, and poise, traits that, combined with her physical beauty, made her an unforgettable figure in the 12th century. Another account comes from a traveling musician who described Eleanor as the embodiment of charm, with lovely eyes. Such descriptions, though flattering, also suggest that Eleanor possessed an ethereal quality that went beyond mere physical appearance. Her personality and aura seemed to captivate everyone around her. How modern artists see Eleanor. While we may never know the precise details of Eleanor's physical appearance, modern artists have attempted to bring her image to life based on these descriptions and the romanticized versions of her character. These artistic renderings often show her as a tall, slender woman with refined features, likely influenced by the medieval ideals of beauty that emphasized high cheekbones, sharp lines, and graceful proportions. One common theme in artistic representations of Eleanor is her strong presence. Whether portrayed in elaborate medieval gowns or with a crown atop her head, these images often convey a woman who exudes power, authority, and elegance. Her beauty is not just skin deep in these portrayals. It is a reflection of her strength, resilience, and influence. Some modern depictions take creative liberties, imagining Eleanor with flowing golden hair, a color often associated with royalty and the aristocracy. Others focus on her intense, commanding gaze, which is seen as a reflection of her unyielding will and determination. These visual choices are influenced by the idea that Eleanor was not just a passive beauty, but a woman who wielded immense power and influence over the course of her life. The cultural legacy of Eleanor's beauty. Eleanor's beauty, both physical and personal, transcended the boundaries of her time. Her allure has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music throughout history. Even in the 21st century, she continues to be a symbol of grace, power, and independence. Her image has appeared in medieval manuscripts, paintings, and sculptures, often idealized to reflect her status as a queen. The legacy of her beauty lives on through these artistic interpretations, which continue to shape how we envision this extraordinary woman. Eleanor of Aquitaine, a legacy beyond beauty. Eleanor's beauty, though celebrated, was only one aspect of her remarkable legacy. Her contributions to politics, culture, and society were far more profound. As a queen, she shaped the course of European history through her marriages, her children, and her role as a powerful and independent ruler. She was a patron of the arts, supporting poets and musicians who would shape the culture of medieval Europe. Eleanor's court was known for its emphasis on chivalry and courtly love, and she was an important figure in the development of the troubadour tradition in southern France. Her support of the arts and her involvement in intellectual and political life made her a key figure in the cultural renaissance of the 12th century. Eleanor's influence extended far beyond her lifetime. Her children Richard the Lionheart and King John became key figures in English history. Richard was one of the most famous kings of the medieval period, renowned for his leadership during the Crusades, while John's reign saw the signing of the Magna Carta, one of the most significant documents in the history of democracy. Eleanor of Aquitaine, the timeless queen. Although we may never know exactly what Eleanor of Aquitaine looked like, her beauty has transcended time, embodied in the stories, art, and historical accounts that continue to captivate us today. From the medieval poets who praise her charm to modern artists who attempt to visualize her likeness, Eleanor's legacy is defined not only by her physical appearance, but by her strength, intelligence, and indomitable spirit. Eleanor of Aquitaine was more than just a beautiful queen. She was a ruler, a mother, a patron of the arts, and a woman whose power and influence left an indelible mark on history. As we reflect on her life, it is clear that her legacy endures, not only in the pages of history, but in the hearts of those who continue to be inspired by her story. And that's a wrap on Eleanor of Aquitaine, the queen who captured hearts and minds with more than just her beauty. If you enjoyed this deep dive into her fascinating life and legendary legacy, don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe. Drop a comment below and let us know, what part of Eleanor's life or legacy stood out to you the most? Was it her fierce independence, her political brilliance, or her timeless beauty? Let's chat about it.